So, I've read that this film is semi-autobiographical. How semi is it?
Well, a lot of it's, my parents were married in 55 for 44 years, and my mom died, and my dad did come out at 75, and he did pass away 4 years later. And definitely the father side of the story, there's a lot of me really trying to remember my dad or make a portrait of him. But even in that process, like I have two sisters I left out of the story. My dad, I know that everybody else's version of these same events would be different, right? And that when you look at your memories, they're weird. They're not like newspaper reporting. They're more like your own little dream, So I'm always keenly aware that like this is my version or my dream or the thing I made into a story, And then the love side between Oliver and Anna, between Ewan and Melanie, it's all stuff I know about for sure, the relationship issues, but it's like, that's not a portrait of me and my wife, or it's not anything specific that happened in my life. I feel like it's kind of a portrait of so many people I know of my age and younger, and the relationship issues that we have.
Mm-hmm. Did the going through the process and writing the film, directing the film, did that sort of change your perspective on things?
I don't think it made some things like more prominent. I think what it really did, you're already in grief, you're already processing. Grief is so much bigger than making a film about it. But it did, it gave me this like weird time to sort of commune with my parents or commune with my dad. And I wasn't done with them, I wasn't done with that conversation. So I guess that's some kind of therapy thing. But it's a film is small compared to life.
Yeah. This film has sort of almost like a scrapbook feel to it, both in its nonlinear structure and in the device you use, sort of going through the various pictures and stuff like that. What inspired that?
Well, I love history, and I love that whole idea that the personal is political, the personal is historical. And especially when you have like a gay dad that was born in 1925 and got married in 55, it's easy to see how someone's, innermost mysterious world of like sex and love and relationships is really shaped by history. There's certain things that are available and certain things that are not. So I wanted to explore that, but like in a sort of pop lyrical way, and that's how I ended up talking about all these, like this is what it looked like when the stars or the sun or pets or when people are happy or people are sad.
You chose a very iconic actor, Christopher Plummer, to play your gay
My dad. Yeah.
What was it like, sort of taking Captain Von Trapp and sort of making him into your father? What was that like?
Well,
for you?
it's again like for me, it's not making him into my father. It's asking an actor to play this part, which is based on some real facts that my dad did, but not to mimic my dad. It's like walk in his shoes, not mimic him. Tell the story to people, not make a memoir for me. So, but of course, I felt very safe in that choice, right? Like, who doesn't want Christopher Plummer to play your 79-year-old father? I thought my dad would be happy with that choice.
Yeah, I think he'd be flattered.
Yeah.
I'd be flattered.
Yeah.
One of the themes of this film is the sort of therapeutic effects of vandalism. Talk a little bit about that. Is that something that you've done in your life to sort of
I've done some sort of emotional graffiti, and I have a lot of friends that do graffiti, and I think it's a really valid, important thing to take back the public sphere from the sort of corporate world and do your own thing on it. I never heard it described as therapeutic. That's interesting. But I do love that he does like historical consciousness graffiti.